Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you a slightly different project, probably quite simple to most, but obviously I think that when we have been stamping for a while we forget that we have new people join us and people who haven't been stamping very long and don't have a massive collection of Stampin' Up products as yet. So I thought today I would do what I class as a fairly simple project that will use stuff that you can buy in one pack, so you're not having to buy 3 or 4 different stamps and 3 or 4 ink pads, 3 or 4 paper packs. It's all in one kit. I don't know, I'm sure that I'm not the only one, but if anybody says to me, oh, could you do me a birthday card for my friend, oh no, panic, what am I going to do? But I generally always go back to the same stamp every time, and it's this one, Number of Years. Now most people look at it and think, oh, it's for age birthdays, but it's not. It's for so much more. I mean, for starters, we have obviously the sentiments at the bottom here that you obviously have happy birthday, anniversary, grade, numbers. You know, you could use it for anything really. And like I said, I wanted to show you how to make a nice card without using the numbers. And basically I've done them using our new ink colours. So you could purchase the ink colours ink pack, so you get the 5 ink colours. You could purchase the pack of A4 cardstock that has every colour in it, the stamp set, and then you've got the bitty bows, which obviously have again all the colours in there. Now I have added ribbon, which you don't necessarily have to add, and just 1 green ink pad, and that's it. Oh, and sorry, the circle punches. You could get this in your starter kit or whatever, you know, if you're looking to build your collection. And like I said, I just think that it's a fairly simple card with fairly minimal supplies. I mean, I know obviously there's the punches. You could always cut these and make them square. Obviously I've probably got a bit carried away really in using the circle punches, but you can make them very simple. So I'm going to use the fresh fig and show you how I made this. And like I said, I actually think these are lovely, and I've literally just made these before I started filming, so it took me maybe 10-15 minutes to make these 4, so they don't take long, and I think they are really nice. So obviously I've got my bits here. So I've got my base, my fresh fig base, which is a sheet of A4 scored in half and cut in half. I have a piece of fresh fig that's sort of a bit cut off something else that I'm using for my punching. Obviously the scrap Whisper White again for the punching. There's my ribbon and my bow, and here is my top layer. It is from an A4 sheet, and I just cut it so that it's 1/2 centimetre shorter and 1/2 centimetre longer, just so you get this equal and pretty border around the edge. And then I simply use this flower image here, which I've already put on my D block. The other thing I forgot to say as well was, when I did these 2 are done using Old Olive as the green. Oops. And if you can see, I'm fairly certain, yeah, this is Old Olive just stamped straight on, and this one was stamped off first. This is the Berry Burst, my brain's gone, I do apologise. This is the Berry Burst stamped off. These 2 I used Pear Pizzazz, which is another of my favourites when it comes to using greens. And again, this one was stamped on straight, this one was stamped off for a more softer approach, and got dropsy. And again, on this one, the little delicate flowers that I don't know if you're picking them up, they were stamped off first with the powder pink. These were stamped on full. This is Berry Burst stamped off. And I stamped off fresh fig on this one, just because I thought the lemon lime's quite bright. It needed more darker. Look at the state of my hand, I've just noticed that. They need more darker flowers to be able to stand out. I'm going to use Wild Wasabi on this one, so I'm going for a completely different look, and I am going to stamp straight on. I think the reason I'm going to stamp straight on is because the fresh fig is quite a dark colour, and all I simply do is I put these two corner bits of the flower in the corner of my card. So I literally just work my way round, first off putting the 4 corners in, just stamping on, and then I add 2 part stamps either side just to fill that gap in. Just wash it off with my Stampin' Scrub that's over the side here. So that was Wild Wasabi, and obviously I'll show you all of the cards when I finish so that you can see the different colours that we have going on. So that's the flower bit, or should I say the leaves. So next up is the 2 flowers together. Now I don't know why, but I always do these next, and I always do these the same colour as my base, except for on the lemon lime, because obviously the lemon lime wouldn't go with the green. But I don't know why, it's just something I always do. But again, it's because it's the stamp set I always come back to, and it's the stamp set that I always just pick up and think, right, I can make this card in a matter of minutes. It will look nice, and I'm not stressing, overthinking, oh my goodness, I've got to make a card, I don't know what to use, I've got too many stamp sets, or I haven't got the right theme, or I don't know what colour they like. It's just quick and simple to make this one up. So that's the Fresh Fig one done. And the 2 flowers. And as I was rattling away there, if you notice on the leaf formation, you have a, in fact, let me grab the stamp and I can flip it over and show you. So you have the gap here, which is for this flower, the normal, what I would class as iconic flower shape that goes in the centre. The 2 that I just used, these 2, sit in between these 2 leaves here, so where I've stamped them, they just sit in between the 2 leaves. And then these sort of sprongs here are where you put this one. So I'm going to use my Berry Burst, and I'm not going to stamp this one off either because of the dark base. Now the only thing I will say about this particular stamp, not this one, the stamp that I'm using, is that these smaller flowers are beautiful. They look fantastic when they're stamped on. You have to be very careful. If you can see on mine now where I've inked it up, the bit that tells you the direction that your stamp needs to go in, and that's not focusing, is it? Better, there we go. It always catches the ink. This is the same on here. It always catches the ink. So when you ink your stamp up, just be very, very mindful that you are literally placing your stamp down. Don't rock, don't tip, don't do anything, otherwise it will ruin the card and you'll get cross. And trust me, that's from personal experience of doing a lovely card, and the very last flower I did, stamp. Oh my goodness, I've just got the ink all over my card. And it is so disheartening when you've spent ages placing all these little flowers and you think, oh, they look so pretty, and then splodge, a big ink splat straight in the middle. So yes, just be very mindful when you are doing them. So last one is this little flower, and as I said, it's just literally in the centre of all those leaves. So I'm just literally whizzing around doing this one, and then I think, well, we've got some bare bits there and there, so I just slightly off the edge or amongst the leaves, I just stamp maybe a couple others just in there. And there's my card base done. Like I said, it's pretty quick and simple, and you just go along putting all of those flowers in, and then all you need to do is adhere it with some snail to your card base, and you can put it either way because there's no top or bottom to it really. So you just stamp stick that on, and then I've put some tear and tape on the back of here just to stick across the centre. And then I've got my 1 3/4 and 1 1/2 circle punch. So my 1 3/4 is for my coloured cardstock, and then I have, and I'm actually going to change this one, I'm not going to put happy birthday, I'm going to use anniversary. I'm going to be daring. And so back in with my fresh fig, because I want the sentiment to be the same colour as the base. And then I've just realised actually I'm not doing anniversary because it won't fit on that punch, because anniversary is a bigger word than birthday. So I'm going to go back to birthday. And again, this is an easy, quick way to make up a batch of cards. So if you think, oh, actually I've got 4 or 5 birthdays coming up, and well, they don't know each other and they won't see each other, so actually I can get away with doing a batch of the cards. Even if you did them all the same colour, it wouldn't matter. 1 1/2, and this does just fit. If you get the birthday at the widest part, it will just go. So yeah, you can make these in batch form, and at least then you've got a handful of cards ready. And to be honest, that's what I do. If I come up with a really good idea and I think, oh, that's really pretty, I just duplicate it numerous times with different colours, and it's amazing. And that's actually how you also come up with some great colour combinations too. So a bit of snail to stick the white onto the fresh fig, and then a couple of dimensionals just on the back. And I'm just going to pop that there, and then the back off my itty bow, and just pop that on the bottom just there, and there you have your card. And like I said, I think they're nice, I think they're lovely, quick and simple, and as I say, you can make them into any colour you like. And so we have Pear Pizzazz, Old Olive, nearly forgot, and then Wild Wasabi. So in fact, let's put them like this, and then you can see the different greens all together. There we go. A quick and simple card using 1 stamp set, and not actually using what it's made for, because it's not on the, it doesn't have the numbers on there, and it's really cute. And 5 cards that I now have for 5 relatives. Perfect. You don't have to make many more. Hope you've enjoyed my project. Don't forget, all the details will be on my blog, and all the products that I've used are available to buy from the store, and the link for that is below. Hope you all have a great day, and hope to see you soon. Bye!